Okay, dear children, now we are in exercise 7.2 from the chapter 7. So this section is about proportion. Now we know what is ratio, isn't it? So let us talk about proportion. So what is proportion? When the two ratios are equal, it is called proportion. That is, A is to B is equals to C is to D. Okay, so we can write it as A is to B, okay, as C is to D. So we have to give four dots out here, okay? As you can see it out here, okay? You can refer to the book also. So we will read it as A is to B as C is to D, which means the ratio A is to B is equals to C is to D, okay? And we can also express this as fraction, that is A by B is equals to C by D. And when these ratios, I mean, this is a proportion, okay? So when we write as a proportion, okay, the two equal ratios as proportion, we get this kind of features, or you can say it has some parts. Okay, so as you can see out here in this particular picture, that both A and D, they are lying outside, isn't it? Towards the extreme left hand side, A is lying towards the left hand side and D is lying towards the right hand side, isn't it? So since they are lying outside, these are called extremes. Okay, if they are lying outside, okay, these are called extremes. And if they are lying inside, okay, in between, then they are called means. So here in this proportion, B and C are means and A and D are extremes. Okay, and normally what is the property of the proportion is, the general property of the proportion is the product of means should be equals to the product of extremes, okay, which means that B into C should be equals to A into D. Okay, as we can see it out here. Okay, this is the first and the fourth term is equals to product of second and third term. So I will tell you what is it. Okay, so since they are given in a proportion, so A is called the first term, B is called the second term, C is called the third term, and D is the fourth term. Okay, so it's in a serial order. Okay, it's in the ascending order: first, second, third, and fourth. Okay, it's very, very simple. And second and third terms are called means, which are lying inside, and first and the fourth terms are called extremes. Okay, so now let us start with this exercise 7.2. It's very, very simple. So we have to identify whether the ratios given are in proportion or not. So as we already know, the property of the proportion, that product of extremes should be product of means. Okay, product of extremes should be equal to product of means. So we can write this 7 is to 5 as this. 7 is to 5 as 2.8 is to 3.5. Okay. So 5 and 2.8 are means, okay, and 7 and 3.5 are extremes. So we have to find the product of means, that is 5 into 2.8, and the product of extreme, that is 7 and 3.5. Now you can see out here that the products are different, isn't it? So since the products are not equal, so the ratios are not proportional. Okay, since the products are not equal, so the ratios are not in proportion. Okay, you can write like that, are not in proportion or are not proportional. You can write anyway. So the same way you can solve question number B, C, and D. It's very, very simple. I'm just showing you 1E because they are given in the fractions. So let us just try to see out here. Very simple, no need to simplify anything. Okay, yeah, if you can simplify, it's better you can simplify out here. Okay, but I haven't simplified. So you can simplify anyway. So 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9. Okay, so 5 3s are 15. So sorry, 15 into 3 times it will be 45. Okay, so 2 1s are 2. You can do like that. Okay, so 3 1s are 3, 3 9s are 27, 9 5s are 45. So 2 by 45. You can do like that also. Okay. So these are the means, by the way. Okay, 3 by 15 and 2 by 9, they are means, and 3 by 5 and 2 by 27 is extremes. Okay, so you have to find the product of the means, that is, you will get 6 by 135, and the product of extremes, you will get again 6 by 35. So since the products are equal, so the ratios are proportional. Okay, so you just need to uh, learn this property that the product of means should be equal to the product of extremes. Okay, so this is the general rule of the proportion. So it's very simple. We can write this ratio, I mean the proportion, okay, this expression of proportion as 2 by 9 equals to x by 45 because they are in a proportion. So after writing this step, we can do the cross multiplication. Okay, so it will be 9x. Okay, and 45 into 2 times it will be 90. So you just have to find the value of x. Okay, basically what we are doing out here is the product of means 9x and the product of extremes 2 into 45 90. So 9x is equals to 90. This is your product of means, product of extremes. Just find the value of x. Very simple. You can try other questions because it's very, very easy. Very easy. Now evaluate the mean proportional in the following. So by mean proportional, it means that whatever the numbers are given, okay, in this question number 3, that is A, 3 and 27, B, 2 and 18, C, 13 and 13, okay, D, 1 by 8, one whole number, 7 by 18, okay, and E, 1 and 1.69. So all these are actually your extremes. Okay, so the product of extremes we know should be equal to the product of means. So since all these are actually the extremes, okay, so 3 and 27, just multiply it. Okay, just find the product of the extremes, 81, and the product of means also should be 81 only, because this is the fundamental principle or rule of the proportion. Okay, product of extremes should be equals to product of means. Okay, so 3 and 27, it will be 21. So it means that the product of means also should be 81. So the square root of 81 will be 9. Now what is a square root? A square root is a number which when multiplied with itself will give you that number. So 9 when multiplied with 9, you will get how much? You will get 81, isn't it? When 2 is multiplied with 2, how much you will get? You will get 4. Okay, so the square root of 4 will be 2. Okay, let us write 25. Now how we get 25? 5 into 5 is equals to 25. So the square root of 25 is 5. Similarly, when 9 is multiplied with 9, we get 81, isn't it? So 9 is the square root of 81. So the mean proportional will be 9. Just write the square root of that particular number, that is 81. Again, in question number D, it is given 1 by 8, okay, and 1 by 1 whole number 7 by 18. Okay, so what we will do, we will simply multiply these extremes, that is 1 by 8 and one whole number 7 by 18. So when we do the multiplication, it will be 1 by 8 into 25 by 18, because we have to convert this mixed fraction into an improper fraction. Okay, so 18 ones are 18, so 18 plus 7, it will be 25. So 1 by 8 into 25 by 18, you will get the number as 25 by 144. Okay, which means that the product of the means should also be 25 by 1 by 25 by 144. Okay, so the square root of 25 by 144 will be 5 by 12, because 5 into 5 is 25, so you just write 1 5 out here. Okay, 12 into 12 will be 144. Okay, so you just have to write the number which when multiplied with itself will give you that particular number. So when 5 is multiplied with itself, that is 5, you get 25. So when 12 is multiplied with itself, that is 12. So 12 into 12 will be 144. So you just have to write the square root of the number, but whatever you get. Okay, that is 5 by 12. This is your mean proportional. Now question number 4. Let us read the question first. The ages of Ravina and Munija are in the ratio 5:9. If Ravina is 10 years now, how old is Munija? Let the age of Munija be X. Okay. And we can express the information as in the proportion. Okay. 5:9 as 10:X. It's very simple. Whatever the variable that you have to find, you should keep towards the left hand side. Okay, so you have to find the value of X. So keep that X towards the left hand side. And we all know that the product of extremes will be equal to the product of means. So 5X, keep it towards the left hand side, because we have to find the value of X. So 9 into 10 will be 90. So 5X equals to 90. Now just find the value of X. You will get the age of Muniza. Okay. Similarly, you can solve question number 5 and 6. Okay. In case of doubts and queries, feel free to ask me. Okay. But please don't ask me questions after 8 or 9, because it will be too late. Yeah, there were a few students who asked me questions after 8 also. Yeah, you can ask me, but after 9 it's not so possible. Okay, please maintain that timing also.